We're going to begin the clash coverage of Team EZW through Piltover Cup Day 4. There is no Day 3. I wasn't casting. But from what I've seen, Day 3 was a total wash where they lost 2, and I believe the third was a forfeit. So last place, probably. But for now, we're going to jump into Day 4. The squad is all together with some substitutions. Namely, Mizuki takes up the Talia mid lane. That does appear to be a jungle fiddlesticks for this game. Oh wait, hold on. That's a laning fiddlesticks. It has to be. I can't see a world that a Vi will play. No, wait. But that's our jungler though. Is that a Vi solo lane? That's interesting. But in round 1, they're gonna go up against a lineup consisting of Senna, Shyvana, Garen, Annie, and Set. So it seems like this is going to be a fasting Senna coming out from the red team. And for blue team, we have more or less a very standard composition plus a Vi, which I'm almost certain is laning. But if that's a top lane Vi, the matchup is very, very rough for Vi. I believe that's going to be a Set in the top lane. This will be a lot easier if I had an overlay that works, so it can tell me who's playing which lane. Or I could just look it up on the Clash G website, but I don't have access to that right now, and I don't feel like bringing it up. So we're just going to sit still for 40 more seconds. Then we'll jump into it. Do need to get OBS ready to switch scenes. I've been known to just forget to switch scenes and then cast for minutes on end while looking at this screen. Doesn't really make for good production. Alright, 15 seconds out. Today is the last day of the Piltover Cup, so we're going to make it special, hopefully ending on a high note here for Team EZW. So good luck to all participants, and we're going to get into game 1, starting right about now. So just waiting for the loading screen here to pop up. We are essentially spectating live with a 3-minute delay, but that means we have to suffer the loading screen. If you jump into a spectate halfway through the game, the loading screen is instant, but here you actually have to sit through the same time on the loading screen that the real-time players do. So it does seem like... Oh, okay, there we go. It is the solo lane fiddlesticks. That makes so much more sense than laning Vi. So his matchup is actually... Oh, that's a very aggressive setup here. Seems like it's going to be a solo lane Annie. I can't imagine that Annie Senna will be bot when Annie has TP. So that's going to be a solo lane Annie. So the top lane matchup is one of these two. I'm pretty sure it's the Garen here and such as a set support. So the top lane matchup here is... Why do I have TFT tactics overlay up? I'm not even playing TFT. Get rid of it. Nope. Alright, that overlay is going to be up there for a while. Get rid of this as well. I'm not even playing TFT. Why did that overlay pop up? So it's a Fiddlesticks top, actually. So there's some off-rolling going on here, I see. But for the most part, the rest of the matchups are pretty much the same. Talia mid against... I'm tempted to say it's going to be mid Annie and it's top Garen. That just makes the most sense to me. I can't see a world where Annie goes top. But Garen doesn't necessarily have the best matchup at mid lane. So I don't actually know what's going on over there in red team, but I know for sure what's going to be happening here. So I'm just going to go around and swap. Oh, there's a on my... if that's a... Oh, that's on the misping. They're committing to a top-sided invade? That's interesting. I didn't even go over the matchups because I didn't know who was doing what. Okay, so if Garen passing this way, we can be sure he's top. We can be sure that Senna's fasting. And set support. Swap that around. And this is going to be a blue team invade. Garen is not guarding the Tri-Brush. He doesn't see this, and he certainly won't see this, but it seems like red team, they're moving forward too. They're actually... Oh, they're running in. They're not just camping the Pixel Brush, so they will be each invading other teams. They'll each be invading other teams' buff on the other sides of the map. So bot lane is going to be recalling. They have to be careful. If they walk into this, that's a kill. They have a deep ward set up here at the Raptor Brush. All of this is worded as well. So if bot lane is smart, they won't face check this because there's really no point. Talia is going to be sent away too. So this is just going to be a vertical jungle. Both teams do not actually miss a buff here, but they'll just be taking each other's. Oh, there's a red team ping going up on the red buff. They have no way of knowing it's there. But the invade here gets worded out by blue team, so they know that's where they're up to. They have the information advantage for now. And the Vi going to help herself to the red buff. And here's the brush cheese. It's starting. There it is. The Mystic Shot starts it up, but the Senna starts and the Face Breaker. The Mist Race is there too. Ezreal does not have the Arcane Shift. He has to blow his flash to get out. One more shot will do it, and Senna will get the first blood. The Ignite comes out from the Yuumi. Two members of red team falling really low here, but the Yuumi cannot kill anybody by herself. So that's going to be first blood going over to red team. The level 1 cheese goes completely haywire. Trying to cheese two members that are decently strong at level 1. Turns out to be a terrible gamble that did not pay off, and the Garen slightly zoning it off. Shyvana is still here, and the Yuumi face checks into her. She's going to take about half her health bar in damage. An undirected prowling projectile hits the mark. Ezreal trying to buy some time, but Senna 1 CS, 2 sets 4, so they have one way farmed already. That's a whole minion waves advantage that Ezreal has to deal with. Fiddle does have a pretty easy lane up here against the Garen just by virtue of being ranged, and Garen cannot actually purge off the Fiddlestick Sphere. So he has a pretty safe laning phase. The problem here is it's up to the Fiddlesticks to lose that lane. If he messes up his skills and Garen jumps on him, that's a kill. Fiddlesticks is pretty fragile unless he's committing to a tank build. Now bot lane, despite that first blood, they can stabilize under their tower. This mini wave is freezable, or at least holdable. The trade is going down here. Fiddlesticks starting the harvest. Haymaker not going to find the damage on bottom lane. So Ezreal gets a pretty comfy farm here under his own tower. He can scoop up most of that CS. Fiddlesticks going for an aggressive trade. He has the Aftershock. That is the tank Fiddlesticks build that he's committing to on the top lane. Now the Talia going for an aggressive play, but the set rotating all the way up here, but Annie has no stun. The Haymaker does connect along with an auto attack from the Annie, so that's going to be another kill there to red team. It's going to be 0-2 to start off this game. Fiddlestick's going to try to drain away a wave. He'll be fine for now. He has the sustain. He has what it takes to match up. And now Ezreal, Yuumi, bottom lane. They just have to survive. Ezreal's catching up in CS. It's 18 CS to 14. 19 CS. And the drain is coming down. Here comes the Vi. Flash over with the wall breaker. Garen has to use his own flash to get out. So that is going to be a decently successful gank. Top trades his flash for the junglers. Ezreal's going to try to land some damage, but the cat is stranded. She cannot reattach in time, and that's going to be another kill over to the Senna. 0-3 now is the team kills. Everything's going really well for red team at the start of this game. Senna has to be a little bit careful. She eats a Mystic Shot going for that soul. That's going to drop her to about 100 health. Haymaker comes out as well. Ezreal's going to try to farm this wave. That's a pretty large mini wave that's crashing into him, but if he can pick all that up, he can make up a lot for the deficit. The fasting Senna though, 2 kills in her pocket, and a decent amount of farm to back her up. Well, not farm, but like spectral sickle gold gain. The set is also very, very rich, going to line his pocket with a new belt, giving him a lot more HP and a lot more survivability. Health on set is a lot more effective just because of his passive regen, as well as Haymaker essentially granting him a second health bar. Fiddle still farming up top against the Garen. They're essentially tied. CS is tied, levels are tied. Garen trying to go for a trade. This is such an annoying lane for Garen to face up against. It's very hard to find a window where you can punish and kill the Fiddle. And really, in this lane, the Fiddle... Oh, he didn't silence the drain, so he's actually losing that trade. Yeah, in this lane, the Fiddle doesn't actually suffer that much. Normally, when you play tank Fiddlesticks against most aggressive lanes, you expect to be behind in CS, but this Fiddlesticks, for the most part, is actually keeping up in farm. So far, everything's going well, but Shyvana coming up top, maybe make something happen. And remember, against a Garen, you have about 2/3 of your health bar, really, because the rest of the 1/3 will get deleted by his ultimate. So Fiddlesticks has to manage his health and mana very effectively here. He has to go back now. He's running low on mana, but Garen's face tanking the minion wave. That's enticing enough for him to stay, and Shyvana's going to leave the lane to get the scuttle. Flash Tibbers from the Annie. The Aladdin is here with the electrocute proc. The seismic shove will bring her back, but the rest of the rock damage is not enough as Annie picks up a solo kill here. 2-0-0 for the Annie. The drain will get silenced out. Garen wins a trade. He has the ignite, not the teleport. But he's gonna find it plenty difficult to fight into this. With the ignite and ulti combo, he can kill the Fiddlesticks from a decently high amount of health, but he just can't commit to it yet. Now red team very early on picks up such a hefty gold lead. Almost 2,000 in the lead. Fiddle's gonna crowstorm in for a trade, but that trade might be going south. He gets ignited, and there's the solo kill. Garen gets it with the ignite, and Fiddlesticks gets sent back to the fountain with no mana and no health. I do think that was a little bit of an overstay. Might as well abuse the TP advantage to refill the mana. But still, it's okay for the most part. Garen did massively catch up in CS, but the point of a whole tank Fiddlesticks is not necessarily damage, but utility. Shyvana's going to clear away her second set of buffs. That's going to be level 10 for the red team jungler. So everything's coming up Millhouse, as it were, for red team. So Annie was a blasting one, going to go back and pick up 2 amp tomes. Getting pretty close to the revolver. And that is going to be a GLP, I'm assuming, completed pretty quickly. Either that or Luden's. Oh, actually no, that's Luden's. I didn't even see the mana crystal. I'm blind. That's a Luden's Echo. That's a very close Luden's Echo. With the last chapter being built last, it's gonna be finished pretty quickly here, which actually kind of makes some sense because last chapter is 1300 gold for not that much AP compared to blasting one where you can just pay 850 and get 25 back. Or is it 40? How much AP is blasting? Oh my god, it's 40, right? Yeah, blasting one is cheaper than last chapter and it gives you a little bit more AP, I believe. I don't think last chapter is. How much is last chapter? Oh, it's exactly 40. Annie doesn't need the mana gain from the last chapter as much because your Q will refund your mana. She very rarely runs into mana issues. So first item in blasting one is a cheaper option that is actually more AP. As you can see here, she's actually getting last chapter as her last component, leading up to Luden's Echo. And quite a bit ahead of the Talia in terms of income. Set and center up bot, they're trying to start this streak. Shyvana will ulti Dragon Form out. There's the final chapter onto the Ezreal, and suddenly red team gets turned on with so much damage. Zed tries to break it out with Haymaker. He will barely escape with a shred of his life. The Annie drops the Tibbers on the Scarecrow and eliminates him from the game, but she is not long for this world. The enraged Tibber is smacking the Vi. Dawning Shadow comes out from the center, but she can't kill anybody. Red team, they lose a fight 1 for 2 and they lose the dragon. But overall, that's actually not bad for them. Garen has just massively accelerated his farm up top, not to mention taking over 2 plays for himself. So this income discrepancy, especially considering Fiddlesticks died in the bot fight, that's going to rocket him up over 1,000 ahead just in top lane alone. That actually accounts for half of this deficit just coming from top lane. Garen kind of running over Fiddlesticks right now. Fiddlesticks is still scrambling to get his Frozen Heart up. Frozen Heart doesn't do that much when Garen will just silence spin on you and then drop a huge sword. A huge true damage sword. The drain comes down on the minion wave. Annie is going to try to shove out mid. She almost has loot and she went back for her completed boots. While Talia has no shoes right now. That's actually a pretty big disadvantage for the Talia. The 40 extra movement speed, or 45. I had to check so many stats this game. Yeah, 45 movement speed from the completed boost to nothing will make Annie so much more nimble in this lane compared to the Talia. And without boost, Talia might find it difficult to roam on Annie as well. Which sounds backwards considering she's the one with the Weaver's Wall. Now let's check back in bot lane here. Set does have 51 CS to Ezreal's 85. Now how much gold does a fasting Senna have now? Oh, hold that thought. She's only 300 behind, but wait, Annie gets turned on by the damage and she gets killed by the Y. And the dragon comes in, the flame breath is not going to find it, and suddenly a 2-for-nothing exchange. Set is going to channel Hex Flash, he's making his way in, Ezreal gets stunned up, the zoomies will keep him alive for now. Final chapter gets deployed as a defensive measure, but can they turn it with a kill? They can, they get the Senna, but the Set will finish the kill for him. The Ignite is taking on the Fiddlesticks, but he channels Crowstorm, and that's going to get the Garen the kill. He flashes in for it. Now the Yuumi fighting against the Set. Can she somehow do it? No, she doesn't need to. Talia comes down all the way from mid to clean it up. While top lane, I think that's just gone from bad to worse. You can accept being behind to say Fiddlesticks in lane, but not that behind. Not like 35 CS and 2 solo kills behind and like 4 plays down. 5 plays down now. That is going to be first turret up top. Garen takes it 12.5 minutes in. That's suddenly so much money. The good news for blue team here is Garen is somewhat kiteable by this team. He doesn't have... He can get his Triforce, he can get his PD, but he doesn't have a way to stick on blue team. Not with a Yuumi in your team. A Yuumi can peel off a Garen very, very effectively by Zoomy speed to match his Q, as well as final chapter to delay him. So the Fiddlesticks really, the objective survive has failed. All things considered. He's been utterly smashed in this lane. Facebreaker gets buffered out by the Ezreal, he'll be fine. But when the Fiddlesticks get smashed this hard in the lane, he needs to try to just find income. Any sort of income, any sort of items will do. The Herald is not taken here by red team. But it might not be long for this world. 14 minutes are coming in. I will clear out a ward, but there's still another red pink ward very deep in blue team's jungle. They haven't spotted it out yet. That's actually a pretty critical ward. It gives out so much information that blue team probably don't intend for them to have right now. You can report exactly on the rough positions of a Vi. You can see Garen pushing up hard against the Fiddlesticks right now. Assault and battery comes down on the Annie. Annie will just flash away and be fine. Shyvana pops her Dragon's Breath. Final chapter completely whips off to the side. And now the Ezreal just has to run with Suzume speed. He will get out thanks to the Yuumi. Shyvana tries to give chase, but she can't do it. The Flame Breath is not going to connect to anything. Garen is running havoc in the top lane. He's in the jungle now, trying to catch out the kill. Fiddle? Oh, be careful, Fiddle! Oh, he's gonna face check. Oh, Garen lets him through. That is an act of generosity. And the Garen gets grabbed back. Haymaker comes down. The Weaver's Wall is coming down as well. The Talia is here to help, but isn't enough. No, it's not. Dawning Shadow kills off the Ezreal. A teleport is coming down from the Annie. How fast can they finish this fight? It is not fast enough. Annie is here, but the stun gets wasted on a W. There's no tippers up. Can they keep fighting? Blue team has no AD carry, but red team, they have a Garen pushing top lane. They have to send someone back to answer this. Fiddle cannot afford to be away from the lane for long. The dragon is up as well. Decisions. They can't really make anything happen for now. Talia's bot, she might get caught out. The word expires, but she knows there's still 2 people inside. Garen kills off tier 2. He's on his way to the tier 3 now. The CS lead is monumental for the Fiddlesticks to overcome. Cloud Rift is set in, but so far it's 2 Drakes to 0. Red team are winning team fights. I will say that. They are winning the skirmishes and fights. And the Annie, be careful. Seismic Shove will not connect. But the Vice Vault Breaker sure will. I have to remember her ability names. Because who remembers Vi's abilities? Who plays her anymore? Garen spins on the mid wave. He's at mid to farm. So that means bot tower. Not long for this world. True Shot Barrage. Oh, please tell me that True Shot Barrage saw the pink. Please somebody just kill it. Please. Kill it. There you go. That pink has been alive far too long. Ezreal will make it in time to save the bot lane turret. No harm done for now. 50 CS lead for the Garen. Herald gets observed by the scrying orb, but no team is making a move for it. This is a really weird power dynamic. There's a lot less map for blue team to play around with, but still they're the ones that can consistently win these skirmishes. But every time they win a skirmish, they lose more ground. So far, red team leads 2 turns to 0. All of that is from the top lane, but there's such a huge power gap in the top lane that Garen can actually transition this power to other lanes. Whereas every time Fiddlesticks leaves, he risks giving Garen more ground to play with. Set will flash away from danger. He commits his ultimate as well as an escape route. Suddenly, because no one's top, guess who's there? Garen's up there again. Shyvana has to be careful here, but the Vi Assault and Battery will chase through. That's going to be a very dead dragon. Garen has to give up the split on the top. And now blue team, they're 5 men strong. They're A-ramming. They want that mid tower. They want a tower. Can they get it here? Oh, the Vi. She finds the Garen, but she can't do anything about it for now. Senna's going to get the tower for herself. Her sickle has fully charged up. Rift Herald does die, but it goes over to blue team, and they somehow find the window to take the Herald, even though top lane is so heavily gapped right now. They're going to move one person bot to deal with the wave, or at least Taliyah will recall first. No, she'll go for the wave first. Good. Yuumi will clear out the ward here. The True Shot Barrage will just barely whiff past the Annie and not kill her, but the Mystic Shot still clips her. Ezra has to be careful. He can do this poke under the tower, but he needs to. What he really needs to do right now is siege the tower and kill it. Shyvana is here. She's level 10. She has Dragon Form. Garen comes in face first. He's so strong. And the Giant Sword dunks onto him. The set grabs the Ezreal back, but Ezreal will blow his flash to get out. And suddenly a wild Fiddlesticks finds his way onto the scene. But it's a little bit too hot. Can he drain tank his way through? He can for now, but there's the silence. And he can't heal anymore through that. That's going to be a 2 for 0. Blue team is a very awkward entry into a team fight. Going to lose it before it even begins. And what a bad time to lose a team fight. Dragon's coming up, and they can't lose this position. By the time the top laner Fiddlesticks respawns, he might not make it to the pit in time. And suddenly, be very careful Taliyah, she will get grabbed back, the damage, the sun, everything's landing. And there's a successful dive onto Taliyah, 3 for 0. That's going to be tower number 4 dead. Blue team siege gets turned on his head, and it's them who lose more structures on the map. Cloud Drake is up in 20 seconds. Red team going to start a permanent colony here in blue team's own jungle. Oh, Fiddlesticks! The face check! Oh, it's horrifying! And he will die as he respawns. He face checks into the Death Brush. The Herald gets deployed mid. But for now, Red team will send the set to deal with it. He is more than capable of the job. The rest of red team's cores will go towards the pit. That is going to be an uncontestable dragon. Going over to red team. They secure their first in the game. And what a beautiful dragon it is to secure. Cloud Drake. Amazing for Annie. Amazing for Senna. And bonkers good for Set and Garen. Just enables their kit that much more. Now it's up to blue team to try to develop a response to their situation. The gold lead has widened to 6,000. Ezreal has to be careful. He's fed, he's strong, but he's not bulletproof. And he certainly has to respect the damage that's coming out of red team here. Garen goes back and completes Phantom Dancer. He just got so much more powerful. Now Vi setting up a trap perhaps for the Senna to wander into. Can they win this fight? Is she going to force on this? She is! Assault and Battery comes out on the Senna. The damage is coming down, but the final chapter can't find the root. Flash forward from the Fiddlesticks for the Crowstorm, but there is the engage. There's the assist! The Ezreal's in the middle of it all. Dawning Shadow kills off the Vi, but the Senna is next to follow. 3-man Sunswick shove. A beautiful drop by the Talia, but the carries are not there. Talia has nowhere to run, and the Chris staff finishes her off. It's just the Ezreal and Yuumi alive at the end of that fight. A 3-for-2 winning team fight for red team. Shyvana finds such a beautiful pincer to start that fight, and the fight goes into chaos. Talia flanks from the back, gets a really good shove, but it wasn't enough to salvage the situation. There was just no help remaining as Annie zones out the Ezreal. And suddenly Ezreal, he's fed, but he can't find the window to do damage. There's nobody on red team that he can really easily pop. He needs a lot more muscle work to get through their front line. And boy, what a front line he has to contend with. The Garen suddenly very close to Spirit Visage, so that's going to be 3 core items done pretty soon. Assault and Battery comes out onto the Annie. She has no stun built up. This is going to be a very free kill for the Ezreal. He picks it up, but gets it back on the board. 2, 3, and 6. His actual power level betrays his KDA. He just needs to find a moment to output. That effigy somehow does not spell out the word. And suddenly, blue team running into a very classic problem of, oh no, we don't have a map to play with because we don't have the towers. While we see red team, they're picking up more and more critical items. Senna in that last reset after the 3-for-2 team fight picks up Frozen Mallet. Set will take the blue buff. Oh, that's just salt on the wound. He gets a blue buff to himself. What a champ. Garen completing so many critical items. He's 3 items done plus boots. Zed runs face first into Ezreal, but it's Ezreal who cannot take that fight. He has to just get out. The gold lead is still sitting at 6k, but man, it's about to widen a lot more. The 6k deficit is very not easy to play around with. It is enough for the most part to just win games or run people over. Now there is an ambush being set up here in the brush. Vi might be trying something here. Shyvana goes unstoppable, but the assault and battery, the damage is enough. Dawning Shadow not down in time. The big sword drops onto the Talia, and the ignite will try to finish the job. It might not get it. It doesn't get it. Talia lives on a shred of life. Final chapter comes down. The Annie is rooted, but the true shot was not hitting her. It doesn't matter. Meanwhile, topside, Set runs into a Fiddlesticks, gets feared. He gets taken out there by the Ezreal. And suddenly, red team, they just drop so many members. They find an equally botched team fight. And blue team finds a moment of weakness and pounces, reducing the gold deficit by 1,000 gold. Now just 5,000 gold left to go. Their call is actually going to be Baron. That is their next ticket to get back into the game. But are they sure about that? It's a Garen. He's coming in. He's strong. Can they zone him off? Talia is off to the sides. They're trying to start the zone. They've peeled off Baron for now. Nope, they're going back on it. Senna has no Dawning Shadow. The Shyvana has just respawned, but she's made her way back. Garen walks into the pit. He wants to find the damage, but he's being controlled. He's been killed. 7-0-1, and he gets shut down without further incidents. Now, can the Shyvana make a steal happen? She flashes over, but she can't get the secure, and the team fight breaks out. The Shyvana will die. Red team immediately ditches and abandons their teammates. And that is the miracle play blue team needed. Red team threw it all away on a Hail Mary that they probably didn't need to go for. Garen and Shyvana engages at precisely the wrong times, and they both die. Yuumi gets found by the set, but there are so many friends around her that this cat is not killable. Flash and the showstopper. They grab the Yuumi back. Oh, they actually pop her, but the set commits his engage tool, and he'll be pushed back by the seismic shove. The rocks are being flung onto the Annie, and so many members of Red Team are so low as they're trying to give chase, but he can't find a kill. Everybody living on dot house. Flash and the blink will kill off the Senna, and it's just the Annie left. She has to run back. The Garen has respawned. He's running his way in. It's just the Fiddlesticks ready to play protection for the Ezreal, but isn't enough for now. They had to go back to the Drake, but they secured the Drake, but they had to go back home now and actually buy some items. And you can see up top their gold lead, this monumental gold lead they had to overcome in the blink of an eye with one Baron play. They reduced that to just less than 2,000 gold deficit. You give them a mountain and they will try to climb it. And they are so close to the summit. 2,000 gold left to go before they wrest the lead away from Red Team. And now it's Red Team, the ones being put on the hot seat. They need to try to find a way back from a hole that they, let's be honest, dug themselves into. Of one bad fight in the bottom lane. And they gave up more than they were ever ready to bargain for. I will clear out a word here. The Mist Wraith will not find the grapple. Now with that last death, I'm not sure when the Yuumi bought this Darksteel. Actually a lot earlier ago, huh? Darksteel. Oh wait, no, Yuumi bought the Darksteel on her death. Right. So 0-2 Yuumi goes back for a Darksteel. I saw it was no stacks and I wonder when she picked it up. Red Team did lose a turret. Talia accomplishes the milestone of 70 towers killed. Or 70 structures killed, rather. Now blue team, they're the ones now living in red team's jungle. How the tables have turned. They're trying to set up an ambush, but red team's not having it. They know their own jungle is dangerous. So they're not going to tempt fate by going in there. However, they're trying to 5-man push against Baron. Can they actually make that happen? No, they can't. They're actually up to run around. Are they going to resume the siege at mid? They seem to be rotating bot. Now they're trying to play jungle warfare, trying to catch out whoever they can. Hex Flash comes out, the tower has fallen, and suddenly some blue team members, they need to run up, and they do make it out. Set and Garen not fast enough on the pounce. Both Talia and Ezreal can outrun them. Talia helps herself to the blue buff. The counter push does actually result in mid tier 2 dying for blue team. So now the tower count is 3 to 5. Which still sounds pretty good, but it was 0-4 just moments ago. They make the catch on the Fiddlesticks, but that's a tank Fiddle, so the Garen Sword does absolutely nothing to his health pool, and suddenly he's the one being turned on with all the damage. He'll be dropped. The Shyvana is next on the dying list. The set is in the middle of Fork. He finds a Haymaker. The sweet spot is there. Ezra is burning down. His soul gets grabbed by the Senna and killed off. And suddenly, it's just a Senna left. But the Vi, she's on a sliver of health and can't finish the job. It's just a Talia and the Yuumi. It's just a Senna remaining. And the last chunk of the rock flies into her face. It's going to be an ace here for blue team. A little bit of an awkward fight. They dropped a little bit too many bodies than they were comfortable with, but it's still just 2 members remaining. They're comfortable with making this push out towards the red team bot turret. And suddenly red team finds themselves aced after What is actually a really good casual starter, they find the Fiddlesticks. But because Fiddlesticks has a Visage, he's tanky. He just doesn't die that fast. So the Drain Tank actually gets him healthy enough to the point where a true damage sword only execute him to about half health. And Talia, the last core standing in a team fight, being helped out by a cat, cleans house. A very solid game here for the Talia player. Despite the few times getting solo killed in lane, we're just dying to unfortunate ganks. Actually still pretty relevant as a Talia. Just the solid amount of damage you can output, the multi-man seismic shoves. Certainly putting a lot of work on this champion. The early game aggression that you expect from a level 6 Talia wasn't really on full display just because how bad the lane went. But during the mid game, so it's been a pretty good performance. Seb will commit the ultimate onto the Ezreal. Oh no, the Ezreal! He's been caught out! Playing with his food far too long, and he's died at a critical juncture. That is going to be Cloud's soul. Gone out the window with the ADC no longer in the game. And that is Dragon Secure number 2 for Red Team. They stave off the soul for a while longer. And Blue Team just made a disastrous error. It is now Fiddlesticks' time to bail. So many members from Red Team. They're running topside. This might be Baron if they lose any more bodies. And suddenly off one pick. One pick is all it takes. Red Team, did they just find another window? The gold lead widens again for them to 3,000. They're trying to claw their way back. And my god, they just found such an amazing pick to start it off with. Sana gonna help herself to the red buff. Ezreal working on his death stance. Not done yet. But he has the armor MR component. He'll help himself to his own red buff. He's going bot to farm it up. Now Baron is in the sights of everybody else. The game has lasted long enough that this is going to be a game deciding Baron. The lead that you can generate off this Baron buff, assuming that it's taken under a relatively clean circumstance, it can be a game-ending amount of leverage. And Red Team, they're quick to the draw. They're the first to the scene. The Yuumi is still attached to the Ezreal, and both of them are bot lane. And suddenly the Fiddlesticks, he might be caught here. He needs to try to get out, but there's so much CC that he can't even Crow Storm. He'll try to drain tank it out, but he can't do it. And suddenly the top laner gets caught, and that is going to be Red Team finding advantage in the top lane. They cleared out Vision earlier, and suddenly no longer safe for Blue Team to enter, but they'll sure as hell try. Senna is going to be on the chopping block. She will get caught out, cut off by the Weaver's Wall. Talia makes the critical pick happen, but Blue Team, they're undeterred. They have to try to walk in, but they can't. The Vi walks in first, and that is going to be a disastrous mistake. The team fight will break out now. Red Team peels off Baron, and the fight will begin proper. Set will be the next to die. Can they kite this out here? The Garen gets shoved back at the last possible second, but the Talia, she is not safe yet. The Garen does have ultimate, but he doesn't even need it. The attack speed slaps the Talia into next Tuesday, and it's just the Ezreal and Yuumi alive. What can they really do? He blinks over the wall. He tries to cut it out. He's actually safe from this. The Ezreal Yuumi is so obnoxious. They can't kill them, and he's returning with the damage. He's gonna blink in. He wants more. But be careful of the turn. There's the TP coming back from the Fiddlesticks. He's come back for a flank. But there is the rest of the damage coming out. One more auto will finish it. And there it is. The shutdown onto the Garen. Oh, Red Team. They try to catch Ezreal Yuumi. What a classic mistake. They cannot be killed off like that. Not with those champions at least. And now, Baron priority. It's like playing hot potato. It shifts back to Blue Team. In fact, they've started it. Can they even do this? They don't have their jungler here. The jungler is just here, but they don't have their Talia. They can't do this. They must realize this is dangerous. The only one down is Garen. He's not going to be the problem in this fight. Ezreal tries to catch out the set in the side. He's trying to give chase. He'll just peel back. They have to be careful. There's a flower garden in the pit. but so many of them have been turned off by the Vision Ward. They need to kill off that pink. Red team still sees everything. And they have to get off here. All set, he'll be found out. But I think red team, they've actually delayed this sufficiently enough. They've done it. They stalled this fight long enough for the Garen to come back. And suddenly they will have the vision advantage in the pit again. And blue team, they just have to go home. They can't continue here. They need to actually win a fight. Pings are going down. Once again, red team, that seems to be the pattern for them. Consistently quicker to the draw for these global objective spawns. 40 seconds out and they are already doing the correct play. Scouring out vision, securing information. So I was trying to say. But they're first to the pit and suddenly it's all dark. And blue team finds themselves in the same position over and over again. Unable to consistently get in and actually make a fight happen because they can't see anything. Ezra has to be very careful. The sweeper goes out. They clear out the ward, but they clear out vision, but it's too late for them. They don't have the right position here. Set hex flashes away. Weaver's wall comes out. It's going to try to cut out somebody. There's 3 people on the other side of the wall. Have they been driven back? Only for a brief moment, but is this time enough for blue team to actually finish the Drake? No, it's not! The Crow Storm gets cancelled by the set, and red team steals the Drake! And suddenly the team fight breaks out! Shyvana kills the dragon, and Vaya is the first to go. Ezreal's stuck in the back of the pit. He kills off the set, but the Fiddlesticks has died as well. Talia's left alone in a 1v4. She can't win this, not even with Zayas, and she'll be killed off. Suddenly 4 members all dead, and it's just the Yuumi alive. They couldn't make the dragon fast enough, and MVP to the set. Such a beautiful showstopper. The last second cancel on the Crow Storm. And they couldn't make the team fight happen. And red team, they've almost lost it all and they pulled it back. They got the dragon. It's going to be Soul Point. A 7th dragon will be here. And they have Baron now. This is going to be the game-breaking Baron. That gold lead they lost, they are going to get it back. And with interest, there it is. Once again, a 6,000 gold lead. This is going to be such a crazy gold graph at the end of the game. And now everybody going home. It's coming up to everybody's final round of buys. Garen Flame Horizons, the Fiddlesticks up top. A ton more KDA on his side, really. And he's almost full build. Fiddle's close too. He's actually no, he's not even close. He's 2 items off, even after finishing Thornmail. The Ezreal, he's almost full build. He has the damage, but he just can't output it. It's the same problem coming back to haunt him. They need more front lines. The support set, well, quote unquote support, he's actually got more CS than the Fiddlesticks. And a better KDA. He's a richer Fiddlesticks. He's got his fair share of items too. He is a genuine threat that is set. And last fight, we saw that on clear display. Canceling Crowstorm with Showstopper. Half a second later, he would have instantly just died. But he went for the play, and my god, did it pay off for them. They win the dragon, they win the fight 4 for 1, and they get a Baron. It doesn't get much better than that, really.
I wish rocks could give pep talks.
It's going to be 70,000 gold now. Red team is the first to hit the mark. Oh, blue team is not even close. You don't get to 70,000 even if you round up. And with all that in mind, this is it. The make or break team fight. Either team can lose this. This is not a foregone conclusion. Blue team still has a superior lineup. in terms of a full-on team fight. Ezreal outputs so much damage with Yuumi protection. And Fiddlesticks, so much utility, so much disruption. Can never count them out, unless the set counts them out. It's all up to who can make a critical pick. Who can bring someone out or just outright kill somebody before the fight even begins. Ezreal's first are gonna try the true shot for the poke. But the siege bot lane is a little bit too much to take for just a Vi. They call her back. Now what is the call? Well, red team knows what the call is. A minute out, they're going to Drake. That's so. They complete the almost reversal. They get 4 of the 5. If they get 4 of the last 5 Drakes, I'll count that as a reverse sweep in the dragon count. They're going for the recall. Oh, but this recall, it gets fully interrupted. And the Vi, first to jump in, but the Ezreal was turning away as she went in. So she's going to be slammed back even further with Showstopper. Now she just has to try to get out. Weaver's Wall cuts off Annie's entry into the team fight. And it's just a Fiddlesticks in the back. He's 1v3 draining it out, but he can't live. The rest of Blue fight ditches it. And he's been left alone. That's going to be the Fiddlesticks 10th death. And that is going to be almost certainly Dragon Soul over to red team. Blue team not in position to contest this. However, full build Ezreal, full build Yuumi. Dragon has spawned, and this is it. With or without Fiddlesticks. Dragon's being damaged. Goes down to 2,000. What can happen? No, nothing can happen. There is no steal. Shyvana secures it. Cloud Soul to red team. Shyvana secured that without smiting it. Wow. So that was a straight up 50-50 that red team won. Now they go back, they buy their final set of items. That's a full build Garen. That's a full build Senna. Actually, that's the only one who is full build. Still more than blue team, honestly. Blue team just has a full build Ezreal that is still farming. He needs pots. That's what he needs. Now 43 minutes in. This is a hell of a long game. Baron's up in 45. If that dragon fight wasn't final enough, red team wants a final nail in the coffin. They're actually resetting. Shyvana actually resets for Baron. Garen's just dancing. And look at that vision coverage here. This is blue team's vision. They see 2 people clearing waves, and this is red team's. They have so much of this jungle lit up. Any possible entry into Baron Pit, they'll see it. Blue team, they still find a way to sneak in for now. And it's now it's their turn to set up the vision. They have to learn their lesson the hard way. You have to secure objective vision like 30 seconds before the objective spawns. Shyvana's on the other side. She'll be spotted out. Now the fight. It might be breaking out very soon. It takes 1 CC. There it is. There's the Tibbers. That might be the one to start it off. And there's a Crowstorm fearing the back. This looks good for blue team so far. But where's the rest? Showstopper goes out onto the Vi. And now the backline might be in shambles. No, it's not. The set, he can't hold on. The Fiddlesticks dies in the front. But he's bought enough time for the backline. It's going to be 2 for 1 so far. Vi goes back for the re-engage. Garen kills off the Talia. But his backline is in trouble. The Senna has been left alone here. She needs to try to cat it out. Prowling projectile is not directed. And there's a wall breaker. They're going back in for more. And they do get it. It's a 4 for 2. Blue team wins the fight. They set up all their CC correctly. And now it's just Garen. He's the last one alive. Do blue team give chase here or do they go for the Baron? Their call is going to be go for Baron. Red team's paying bot lane. They know where to send this Garen. He needs to go bot. He needs to make it loud. He needs to take an inhib for this. This cannot be a free Baron for red team. Well, for blue team rather. But for now, if blue team can take inhib, they can actually just push out the bot lane. Unless Garen, he might be going for the jugular. If he pushes fast enough, no, not that fast. Blue team has to reset fast. Garen's not going to continue on pushing. They are going back, and Ezreal recalls back to base. They trade an inhib for the Baron buff. But this is such a hard-fought Baron buff that I believe, like, if you didn't get that, you just take it. Now, even if you lose an inhib, you can just push that lane out. But blue team doesn't seem interested in pushing bot. They're just going to send the fiddlesticks down there. And poor fiddlesticks, still 2 whole items away from full build. A far cry from everybody else in this game. He's just been so poor. But like I said, tank fiddle. It's not about the items, it's about the utility. You could have like 1 item, and as long as you can get your closer miles, fine. But the Ezreal, he might be caught here. The root is down, but the final chapter is there. The Virus in the backline creating some chaos, and the chaos is there. Set is the first to die. It was the Crowstorm disruption. Weaver as well tries to cut off the dragon, but the Talia is too far forward. She's been isolated. Ezreal blinks over to try to help, and the rest of blue team is on their way to assist. They make the pick. They kill off the support set. But they can't stay in this pit. Not for that long. Somebody needs to constantly deal with the bot wave. They just need to push this out. Start your siege from the bot lane. Push against this Baron. Make them attack you. Garen cannot chase after a fiddle. The fear is there, the reap. Everything is there to stop him. A minute out from Elder Drake. The most important objective of this game, and I cannot believe a 7 Drake game is going towards Elder. We're going to see an Elder Drake on the first game. Guys, save my voice a little bit. And you can see it though, the big story of this game has just been a series of mistakes. Both teams have made their fair share of missed positions, critical members being caught out at the really wrong time, such as that. But is this going to be a disaster here? Ezreal, there's just so much damage going on him, he can't survive! He gets dropped by the pick! Speaking of mistakes, there's a pretty damn big one, and suddenly blue team loses almost everybody. It's just a Talia left. The seismic shop can't find it either. It's a total rout. It's a 4 for 2. It's gonna be a 5 for 2. And that is such a bad timing as Elder Drake spawns. They don't even need it. Which, much to my disappointment, they don't go for the Elder, they just go for the end of the game. But that is going to be the correct call. As I was talking about mistakes, the Ezreal believes he's bulletproof as a Yuumi, and my oh my, does he get proven wrong big time. 49, we'll just say it's 49, we'll round out. 49 minutes in, red team, they will secure the win. It's a very long fought and hard fought victory. But those are the games worth winning. And they are going to win it here in game 1 of Hextech Cup Day 4. Knocking Team EZW down into the lower brackets, where they will now play for a 5th to 8th place finish. Now as promised, I am going to check the gold graph. Just to see. This gold graph must be kind of crazy. This has been such a back and forth game. We have Lee's Throne, Lee's Regained, and everything else. Oh wait, hold on. Do I have to wheel this on the web to see the gold graph? Hold up. No, I don't want to log in to see my match history. I just want to see team gold. Maybe to do that I need to check one of their profiles. Let's check one of their profiles. Graphs, no, stats, overview. Oh, well, it's actually not as crazy as I thought, but I thought at some point we see blue, but we don't see any blue. But you can see at some points they actually did come quite close. Like at this point, they actually pulled the goal lead all the way down to 1.2 thousand, and at worst, it was like what 6,000, 7,000 gold ahead. there have been some monumental mistakes here for red team. These are almost game-losingly bad. Like, off this dip, they lost Baron. Off that dip, they lost another Baron. These were not some clean executions, and ultimately, at the end of that game, it really just came down to one mistake, right? Like, nothing. There wasn't any like major outplays. There wasn't really anything terrifyingly bad. It's just because at the very end of the game, 48 minutes in, the ADC walks a little bit too far without side vision, and the set walks up, ults him in, and no amount of Yuumi healing can get you out of that. So that's the way the game ended. But the way that the game was built up to that is actually so much more. There was the period of time where Ezreal walks up too far, he gets killed, and surprise, surprise, blue team lose the fight, and they lose a Drake, and they lose everything. And then red team makes a similarly bad decision, and they too had the tables turned on them. And every time these fights have been lost, it came down to just one more objective for one team. And at the end of the day, what we saw was a 7 Drake game. Elder spawned, but unfortunately was not taken. I'm pretty sad about that. I love Elder Drake. Whenever that thing spawns, it's not very often that you see an Elder Drake, and I just get so hyped when some team takes it. But they didn't even need it. They capitalized off the mistakes, and they win the game. And that's game 1 for red team. So they're going to move on, and they're going to have a pretty successful tournament, I feel. That was a pretty solid game out of them, all things considered. They made their mistakes, sure, but at the same time, they also were able to successfully capitalize. And one thing that I found really impressive with the red team there, that I feel like everyone could learn from, is how together they were when it came to contesting major objectives. You see the whole team just line up, get to an objective 40 seconds in advance, which is the correct play that you should be making. And I'm so shocked that even LCS teams don't do this sometimes. The rule of thumb is you want to have total vision control on an objective 20 seconds before it spawns. And red team, every time, like a minute to 40 seconds before Baron comes up, before Drake comes up, they're there, sweeping out all the wards, planning down their own. And by the time blue team sees, oh wait, this objective spawns in 30 seconds, we should get there, suddenly, there's no vision. They couldn't walk in, and for the most part, they just have to make plays elsewhere because there's just a huge question mark around where they know the red team is. They should stop them, but they just don't have what it takes to. The one time we saw that blue team actually capitalize off their own vision advantage didn't really turn out that well for them either. Actually, they did get Baron ultimately off a really prolonged series of plays. But I found that really impressive from red team is that they had the state of mind to say, we need to, as a team, secure an objective before it even comes up. And I think that's really admirable of them. Just going over the team list. They are actually in champ select, and my room is getting kind of hot. I'm going to go open the window. As it turns out, my window is squeaky. Just looking over the list of some past Clash winners. It's actually day 4, so the Hall of Fame is actually pretty populated. Just looking over some of these. Oh, NKT. North Korea Telecom in the tier 4. Taking it. They're in the Hall of Fame. 200 years. I approve of that team name. Nico Ni with the clan tag RIP. Alright. Oh, IDK. They couldn't think of a name, clearly. Mom, I threw up. Alright, that's pretty good. Cry my eyes out. Oh, just making your... These guys are actually using their clan tag as part of their team name. I'm not going to comment on that one. Let's see. What are some other really good team names here? Okay, I can't comment on that one either. But that's very out there, open about things. Oh, DEG, Degenerates. GGG, shoutouts to Grinding Gear Games. Harvest League so far is like day 3 of Harvest League at the time of casting. Pretty good league so far. I'm having a lot of fun. Rip Earth. Let's see. Anything else? GGC, Gaming Galaxy Champions. Arigato. Aha. Baron Lives Matter. BLM Movement. I approve. Pog. Team Pog. This is the definitive Team Poggers. Everybody pay your respects. Rip, I've in chat. For sure. Dog. Clan Tag Dog was the team name Cats Rule. I like that. Get on Aqua. Pretty sure that's just our Discord. Amazon Weeb Services. Ooh. As someone who works in this industry, I ultra approve that one. Amazon Weeb Services. And that's actually pretty funny. What else? Woo. Missile inbound to Ohio. Clan Tag Keck. Alright. You do you. Why are we still here? Clan Tag Die. Okay. Alright. Tag You're It was the wrong form of your. PSG LG. Oh, PSG LGD. Guys, it came over from Dota and they're tier 4. They got tired of not being able to win TI. I'm sorry. I love FY. I love Chalice. GGG. Gang. Oh,
Did you like that, Logan?
Oh, Jesus Christ, you scared me. You're in Champ Select. Go do your draft.
I hope you did it, Ray. I hope you like that game, Logan.
Uh-huh. I like the last 2 minutes.
That was for you.
Uh-huh.
For me, it was for you.
I see. Alright,
Yes.
go back and do your draft. Get out of there. GGC, Gaming Galaxy Champions. Alright, let's check some tier 3 names while we still wait. 50 and 0, huh? Bib Bible. Ah, these nuts. They're still spelling out team names. This is literally just RNG. This is also literally just what the heck, man? This RNG is clearly better because they win games faster. And also, I believe that's the actual, well, that's close to the actual logo for one of the teams. I don't think that's RNG's logo. Rip Tyler. I don't watch Tyler 1 personally, but I can see how that would be an enticing name. ZVS, Zero Vision Score, of course, naturally. NGA, No Girls. I think I've seen this team somewhere before. No, wait, I can't check tier 2 and tier 1 champions? Aw. See, there's a lot more champions in tier 4. There's a lot more players in their tier 4 teams. If I click on them, can I see more details? Oh, I can. Do I get a list of their players? Alright, so let's check. Oh, Sim Squad. Alright, you're right. Let's check somebody in Sim Squad. This guy is Shisa icon. I like him. Let's check him. Silver 3 Flex. Oh, look at those clash. Oh my god. Props to this guy. Holy crap. These are some stomps. That must feel good. Like winning 3 clashes that fast was the, oh my goodness. That's amazing. What else is here? Oh, sad. Eric abandoned us. ... Well, if they won Clash, it wouldn't be that sad, right? Now, let me check one of their profiles. Hey, this guy matches this guy's icon. Alright, I'll take a look at this profile. Gold 3 in Flex. Alright. What are these wins? Oh, still pretty one-sided. Honestly, like, these are fast as hell wins. I mean, I can respect that. Yeah. Alright, they're gonna go into game. Let's jump into there as well. Game 2 in the lower brackets. We can see they've gone back to a more standard lineup. But once again, that's either a Hecarim solo lane or a Jarvan solo lane. Neither of which I particularly care for, just personally. But they've actually switched their ADC to mid. And their support becomes ADC. And their mid laner became support. The triangle switch every time. And they're actually up against Ivern. Ooh, I have a lot to talk about that. I remember Ivern was super good and he was just really obnoxious to go up against. Nowadays he's not that good just because support utility junglers don't shine that much anymore. But when Ivern was good, damn, he was good. And he still is. He's one of those champions that kind of warps the way that the jungle was being played. Like, not only do you stick what is essentially another support into your jungle, on a Sivir no less. It's actually a pretty awkward team for an Ivern, because I think when I look at blue team and the Wukong's name kind of says a LoL Malphite XD, what I kind of think is they actually do need another frontline. This is a very feast or famine lineup for me. If any one of these guys on blue team is behind, they're pretty much going to be behind forever. But when all their gears are turning, Ivern's providing disruption, Wukong is also disruption, which is why this team's weird. There's actually no frontline. Like, no way to... There's no way to actually safely take fights unless the Xerath is so fed that he creates zone by himself. The Sivir is so fast, he just presses R and helps Wukong run everybody down. But this is a really ideal scenario for her. It's interesting, because when I see a draft like Blue Team's draft, I kind of want this... I kind of look at this team and my first instinct is, oh boy, if any one of them is useless, this team will fall apart. And on Red Team, I think is a lot more well-rounded. There's no Yuumi this time. Obviously, Yuumi will love being with a Quirky and an Ezreal. Two champions that are range carries that benefit immensely from a Yuumi. I mean, everybody benefits with a Yuumi on them. Like, they could literally, for the next rotating game mode, the next new rotating game mode, everybody gets a Yuumi attached to you. That's just the next game mode. That's it. How the logistics of that work out, I'll leave it for other people to decide. That is a fast loading screen. I'm getting an ad. Let me just dismiss that real quick. Man, why is my... I'm going to turn off my TFT TF Tactics overlay. I'm not even playing TFT right now. Let's just exit. Alright, back to the game. Oh, right, the scoreboard. It is a laning Hecarim, which is also weird. I've not seen that many laning Hecarim players. And once again, red team going for the invade. The shoes on the other foot is now blue team from last game doing the red team's invade route. But will it pay off for them in the same way, I wonder? To get that deep ward down. But they have to be kind of wary. It is going to be an Ivern jungle. With an Ivern jungle, he triple buffs you like... He doesn't even need to try to triple buff you. Which is why I kind of think you don't invade into... Oh, this is actually their play. They've sent the Bard up to... Oh, just to grab a shine. I thought they actually rotated up the Bard to do something. But no, oh, the jig is up. Blue team, they have to run away now. Okay, good. They do have the foresight to start the buff that they're not guarding. Because if you don't play around the Ivern, you will lose a buff out of nowhere. And now Ivern knows it's not safe to do that counter jungle, so he doesn't. They do have the word information on blue team. They perfectly spot out the Jarvan's movement so far. They know exactly where he is. Including him going to the river for a brief second and coming back. Now, I'm going to check something. And just to confirm my suspicions. Okay, good. It is called Rampage. Because for a while I was like, is Hecarim Q actually called Rampage? That seems like a weird thing. Oh, but there it is. Flash Bubble from the Nami. So that's Nami's flash down. Not going to result in anything out of it. Boomerang Blade does hit the bar. They do beat them to the level 2. So they win that trade square up. But just imagine in the world if the Nami connects her bubble. That would have been the first blood onto the Ezreal for sure. Oh, the trade under the tower. Unfortunately, Wukong oversteps. He gets picked out. And suddenly, Sivir, she gets killed off. So, first blood to the Jarvan. Oh my goodness. That is not the right way to start off your lane. After winning level 2, the Jarvan comes down to even the score. And the Ivern, a little bit late to the draw. He just didn't make it in time. Ivern walks his way mid. Oh, wow, that's actually quite a bit of damage. Corki needs to be careful. He does have teleport, so this is not awful. So ghost their ass as well. So if he just recalls and TP's back. Oh, he's not recalling. He's staying. He knows that Xerath has no ignite. Then again, Xerath will never take ignite. There it is. He's kind of suffering. Oh my god, he's really suffering. Oh, please, for the love of God, go back. Just TP. Just TP, please. I'm begging you. This is raising my blood pressure. He's still staying? Oh my god. Oh my god, this man's greed knows no bounds. You have to respect the Xerath. One misstep and you die. With no potions and just a call. You're really staying in against this. The CC is coming down on the Jarvan. He can't commit it to gank. So he has to back off. And now Corki knows Ivern's nearby too. Xerath will always have mana. He has a passive that refills mana. But Corki, being that low means that he's actually missed quite a bit of CS just because of his inability to walk up. And there it is. Oh, more Xerath poke coming down and the Arcano Pulse. There it is. Corki can't stay. He's been sitting on a call forever with no potions. He should just go back. And suddenly, oh, the Wukong. He has no clone and he's been dragged up by the flag. And now there's nowhere to go. Hecarim picks up the kill. 2-0 for red team. An excellent start for them. That is going to be Corki teleporting back to lane, which is actually equally kind of bad. I can see why he delayed the TP, but still. When will this TP be back up? 11.5 minutes. Yikes. Oh, free shoes have arrived if you're just farming for the first 12. TPing back to lane early game is so bad now. It's just more emphasis on managing your wave correctly before you go back. But then again, if you're against Xerath that's poking you left and right, not something you can afford to do. Ivern coming down bot, finds nothing, just going to leave the way he came. The auto on the wave. Gets the CS. And suddenly, red team needs to farm this. They have many ways favoring them, and Ezreal's quite far ahead in terms of CS against the Sivir. He's also pickaxed first, so he has a lot more laning power than if he went tier. Definitely should respect the damage, and it doesn't even matter he's delaying his tier. Ezreal stacks tier decently fast. He can delay it by like 800 gold and still be just fine. Oh, and there's a trade, but Sivir's gonna win it so far. Spell Shield catches nothing, but the Ivern sure as hell tries to. The bubble latches onto the bar, but now it's in full retreat mode. The Ivern has no shield, he can't stand up to the Jarvan, and suddenly Sivir and Nami, they both get knocked out by the flag. And that is going to be one kill on the Enchantress. going to take her down first. With no enchanter support, Ivern just has to back off. Ivern jungle is such... I've briefly talked about this, but Ivern jungle is such an anomaly. It's one of those picks that... he actually has really great ganks. Like, his ganks are scary. Oh, wait, hold that thought. Is this a kill on the Hecarim? No, it's gonna... Oh! Hecarim thought he had the damage, but unfortunately the sphere doesn't land in time. Wukong turns as a crushing blow to kill him off. Solo kill to the Wukong. And the Ivern gonna come over, shield burst with the slam, and the smite, can he get it? He doesn't get it! Oh, how unfortunate. I can respect the play, I give more leniency to Ivern. This is my genuine 100% not trolling opinion, as bot lane just gets completely demolished. But this is my genuine 100% not trolling opinion. I think Ivern is really strong. Just... I should rephrase that before like everybody makes fun of me for it. I think Ivern is really strong in the vacuum. Obviously, in the current metagame, as the game is being played out now, the game is played so much around map control and just early skirmishes and just early major objectives, which Ivern sucks balls at taking. Like it's definitely not his season. But in a vacuum, Ivern is such an incredibly strong jungler. And he kind of fulfills the role of a jungling support really well, like disproportionately well. His shield is possibly still with like 2 or 3 years ago when they blanket nerfed every other shield on like Karma and Janna and Lulu. It is quite possibly now the best shield in the game for stacking things like Sensor. Like if you're a sensor stacking and Forbidden Idol item stacking, Ivern shield is the strongest shield in the game. By a pretty damn long shot, just in terms of uptime, shield amount, and utility. Daisy gets memed on quite a bit, but it's actually a very spammable ultimate, so you can just essentially at will have a extra 3000 health body that doesn't disrupt that well, but at the same time it's a body that you can't really leave up because you just send Daisy in your face and somebody has to hit it. It's like a... If you play Age of Empires, it's like a battering ram in Age of Empires against archers. It doesn't do anything, but you still have to focus fire it somehow, just because that's their purpose. Oh, meanwhile top lane, Daisy gets a knock up, and there it is, a 2-for-1 trade. Zeras helps out with the artillery as well. But still, red team holds on to a 3000 gold lead.
The forest protects us all. The first.
Ivern's clear is so disproportionately safe. He doesn't sacrifice income or levels doing so because buff shares. And he can cheat so hard, and he just fundamentally warps the jungle dynamic. It's a very disruptive pick. And honestly, in nowadays, if you really want to make Ivern work, you really need... it sounds trite when I put it like this, but you really need a lot of IQ to pull off a pick like this. You need to be able to read the map really well. You need to know exactly where to be at all times. Just like a brilliant tactician, 2 steps ahead of your opponent at all times. You know where the jungler is as if you have map hack, like that kind of stuff. And in the right hands, I do believe that it's a very strong pick. But because it is not meta, and for a very, very good reason, Ivern is not in the meta, you do need to know 100% what you're doing, or you're so incredibly ineffective, it is laughable. But while we talk, red team still holding on to a very healthy laning lead, just from everything that's being accrued. And there it is, a gank onto mid. Zeras gets locked up by the Cataclysm, but an instant flash brings him out. The Daisy comes in to help. One more hit will do it, but the root will not find the Jarvan, so he will be safe and sound. Daisy gives chase, but there's not enough Temper Fate. It locks out the Zeras, and there's a barrel! Beautiful! Cosmic Binding tying down too, and there's the True Shot Barrage killing off the Ezreal. Wait, Ezreal, the Zeras. Zeras dies to the Ezreal. There's a Quirky. The Valkyrie's over. He wants to kill. He's going after the 2 supports. The shield is there for the Nami, but it's not enough. She gets killed off as well. A 2-for-0 with the top laner running all the way down. Wukong gets some free time up top, and once again,
High Croaks.
red team takes another winning fight. Just like that. It is 12 minutes in, and we'll take a look at the play count shortly before they fall here. Red team definitely ahead. This is a full house tower. Okay, shouldn't have even looked. 1 plate to 2. This is a lot more damage. 2 plates to nothing. That's a full house tower. Essentially like a mirror throughout the game, huh? In terms of the tower health stats. That's fine, for the most part. Red team still massively ahead. And now they turn their sights to Drake. Oh, the artillery barrage are coming down. I actually don't know what Xerath's ultimate is called. Even like before, even back in my nerdy days when I memorized ability names, I didn't memorize Xerath's ultimate because I called it Psionic Storm. Because if you played League back in season 2 when Xerath first came out, you cannot fault me for naming it that. It was actually literally Psystorm from the Protoss High Templar in StarCraft. So that's what I called it. I actually don't know what it's called. Xerath will get taken out as the team fight begins. Oh, the Valkyrie fails, but Corki compensates with a flash. Ivern tries to make it out. The shield is there, but there's no friendly lands to land to. He is just going to die again. 3-11. Red team secure Drake and gets themselves another 2 kills. Well, yeah, I remember the first version of Xerath. It was awful. Haha. Arcanal Pulse was it wasn't a channel ability. It was just like a point and click. It was like a bit of piercing light. You click on a guy and you shoot a beam towards them, but it's jukeable. Or actually, no. It was a skill shot. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? You don't click on anybody. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. It's just a straight up skill shot, Arcanal Pulse, but it doesn't get longer as you channel it. In fact, you couldn't channel it. It was instant cast point. Poor Silver gets stove. Honestly, like, yeah, you can't stay there, but at the same time, you can't just run. And that's just a sign of your team being really behind when the other team can just do that and not get punished. Wukong can't even kill this tower by the time the Hecarim gets back. In fact, he has to... Oh, he's committing. He wants to kill the tower. Hecarim has piss poor wave clear, so he actually gets it in time. And now Hecarim's being sent on the run. Or not. There's the ignite. Hecarim stands still for half a second, and the charge onto his face. The unstoppable onslaught goes out, but that is a very low Wukong. Gets solo killed by the Hecarim. Now he has to try to run. Xerath is coming out to dunk him. But yeah, Xerath. Arcanal Pulse. Instant cast point skill shot. Doesn't get longer as you channel it. His W is such an archaic design nowadays where you root yourself, but all your abilities gain increased range. So that's how you get like essentially the modern nowadays max range Arcanal Pulse, just by channeling your pressing locust, having yourself stand still, and just queuing. It's still instant cast point, really good. His E is just Mage Chains. It's basically the one now, but it was point and click. You threw a chain at somebody, and then you detonate it by damaging with a spell. And if you do that, they get stunned. So it's kind of LeBlanc Q. You mark them, and then you have to detonate it with another spell. That will proc the stun, but nowadays it's just a skill shot instead of point and click, and it's just an instant stun. And his ultimate is his current ultimate, but way less range. It was like 1500 or something, even with Locust up. But it was like twice as big, the impact. And once again, instant cast point. It didn't have a projectile travel. Oh, 1-for-1 at mid lane. Xerath dies in exchange for the Hecarim. I actually really love that old Xerath kit. I understand why they had to rework it, because it's in the modern standard, it's literally a terrible, terrible kit. But there were some minor techs you could do as Locust. And his old ultimate just felt really good to use. The circles were so big, and you just Psystorm. And maybe it's because I played too much Protoss, but I liked it. I was sad to see it go as a rework. I was more sad about that than the LeBlanc one, because I didn't play LeBlanc, and that's like blasphemous when you say it. But that's what we're talking about, other unrelated stuff. Red team, so massively ahead. Not too much to even cast on, just because they've been crushing this game. The fury of losing a 40-something, 49-minute game last time. Too much to bear, and now they're just going to stomp people who have their mentals in shambles. You can see Red team Not letting their last loss get to them. Still playing very strong, playing a decently clean game of League still. 2 Drakes to 0, 3 towers to 1. Pretty much a shutout here. Not a perfect game, but every play that blue team has tried to do so far, it just hasn't worked in their favor. And they've just been falling steadily more and more behind in the game. 17.5 minutes. 8.5 thousand gold ahead. In last game, at no point was the winning team ahead by this much. This is just brutal. And this is kind of the problem I said about the blue team's draft. This is not a team comp that can fall behind. With Ivern and Nami in the jungle supporting a Sivir, you need this Sivir to have a very stress-free laning phase and mid-game to be worth supporting to that degree. But if you then pair it up with Xerath and Wukong with no efficient frontline and no efficient peel, this is a very, very feast and famine comp. But the feast requires like a 10% chance to even happen. You need like every lane winning, you need Ivern to outplay and cheese everywhere. It's not gonna happen. Like in Clash, this is such a greedy draft that I don't feel like they have it. And because their early game had gone so poor, where everybody except the Sivir has a kill, oh my goodness. You can see that this game is just turned really bad, and the Ivern, big one plus a single auto takes him to half. That's not good. And there it is. They try to finish the job, but no, they can't. Ivern will make it out with the blast cone. Suddenly, 9,000 gold lead. We're encroaching on the 10,000 region. I can only describe a handful of times where a team actually came back from a 10,000 deficit. It just doesn't happen that much. Like, you need so many things to go monumentally wrong to even come back from a 10k deficit. And it does seem like this game is a total wash. There it is, Nami's tidal wave, but it's not going to do anything. Sivir pops on the hunt, and the Jarvan, he's going to go back and pop gargoyles to try to buy himself some time. He's actually alive for now, but the Cyclone's doing damage. No, he will make it out, and the Hecarim comes in, rides all over the Sivir, and she has to try to make it out, but the Ignite is taking on her. The Bard Meep finishes the job, and he is going to portal into the back. Cosmic Binding finds 2 minions, and the tower shot, it actually killed him. The Ivern gets the 1 kill, but that is going to be the last one. No, it's not. Hecarim dives a little bit too far. Ooh, red team, not very clean there, dropping too many shutdowns for how ahead they are. Ezreal's determined to come in, but he will be next on the inting train. Why did everybody just int? Oh no, the train never stops. They win the team fight barely, 3-5. But they basically doubled blue team's entire kills over that whole sequence. And that is just not how you teamfight with such a monumental lead. Jarvan gets set on fire. He's going to make it out. There's no Cyclone. And suddenly, Wukong gets chunked to nothing from just the big one missile. And the turn comes down. He tries to get a kill, but he finds nothing. 6-3. The total result of that team fight. Once again, like you can't make those plays. If those kills went down to the ADC, that might actually have been pretty bad. Like yes, you pulled the gold lead over to 10k now. You hit the threshold. You got yourself to the 10k gold lead. But at the same time, you just handed well over 2,000 gold into blue team's pockets at a time where they really freaking need it. Fortunately, they handed those into the pockets of people who really can't do much with it. Ideally, they wanted Sivir to get all 3 of those kills, but she just died. So, she does have her IE, but look at this inventory discrepancy between the ADCs. Oh, even the Bard, he's really feeling it. He's comboing down the Ivern. Can Ivern make it out? No, he will not. The knockup is there. The Cataclysm locks down the monkey. He is trying to spin, but he can't get out of the cage. I like Harambe. Now the rest of the fight breaks out. No, it's not. Blue team not going to commit. The red team's going for Baron. Oh, Xerath, he tries to face check, and there's the package coming down. Ooh, Quirky thinks he's indestructible. Is he though? No, he's not. Silver picks up 1,000 gold for herself. Don't do that play. I mean, I get you're fed, you're feeding yourself, but plays like that add up. Being really fed is essentially a safety net, and going for ballsy plays is sacrificing that safety net. Which is fine, like if you're a mega billion-dollar corporation, no safety net is scary, but it's not game-ending. You're not bankrupt, but if you eventually do somehow go bankrupt, you really wish you had a net with you. Obviously, that's the analogy kind of falls apart there, but
Sometimes I need to treat myself.
you know. Ezreal going to try to push up the top turret here. He eats an Arcano Pulse. Oh, that actually takes him to like a third down in one shot. Zeras has 2.5 items down. Boost being the half. He's actually pretty scary. Like, he has damage. Obviously not enough damage to win the game or win a fight or anything, but in a 1v1 situation where you're talking about individual picks, that's pretty scary. Now this is going to be Dragon's Soul. And red team, they're trying to create disruption with the Hecarim. He has to ult over just for safety. And now the Blast Cone gets popped, but the Temper Fate, it locks out the backline. And it's just the Monkey and the Ivern. They can't do anything against the Infernal Soul. Two bodies die in the pit instantly, and the Nami gets erased by the Ezreal QE. It's very rare that I see Ezreal QE in that order kill somebody. But there you go. There's one. Suddenly the lockdown happens here. Ezreal kills the Zeras from half. This game is over, I believe. Mega billion-dollar corporations, they're too big to fail. They can even just hand out money at will and still be fine. Nami's not even in the game anymore. She's just chilling on the platform being like, not my problem anymore. 8-30. Red team fully unleashes their fury on the lower bracket. Team EZW advances to the lower bracket. Lower bracket winners grand final. Which is a really weird final to be fighting. But they've been in this place before. We've all been in that place before. And we're going to try to set up for games 3 now. My god, it's such a wash. Oh boy. So now as we're scouting for Clash, it's going to be a while before we get into the next game. That was a pretty fast win. It's probably way faster than the average game time. So we might be waiting here a while before they even get into Champ Select for their next game. So we're just going to chill here for a while, I guess. Oh, there's another Clash game going on right now, actually. Screw it, let's watch that one. This is a totally unrelated game. I don't think I'll cast it just because I want to give my voice a little bit of a rest. But what I will do is, once again, just like last Clash coverage, I'll keep my client open on the other side, on the other monitor. So while we watch this game, I can pull out once I see Team EZW get into Champ Select for their final game. Alright, what is this Clash game about? What are the teams we're up against? Okay, so far it looks like it's Heimer top, Fiddle jungle, Irel mid, Caitlyn Nami against Teemo mid. I'm sorry, what? No, that's Teemo support, that has to be. Ori mid, Jarvan jungle, Woli top. Oh, it's a Zero bottom. Interesting. Oh, Crowstorm hits nothing here. Wow, such a weird team comp all around. What kind of Clash territory did I step into? Oh, Jarvan walks onto a trap. He has to be careful. There's a tidal wave. Oh, it cancels a flash. Excellent. But the Jarvan, he's still going in the back. Can he make a kill? Ooh, be very careful, my friend. You cannot do that play. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Get out, get out. Get out while you can. Oh, they're gonna leave a Teemo in the brush. Oh man, they do have a support Teemo. I mean, his shrooms are not like nuclear bombs level of pain, but it does certainly take a chunk out of people who step on them. Let's see, just based on the team comps, which team am I rooting for? I'm gonna root for blue just because I cannot possibly condone Heimer solo lane. It is just too annoying. It's not even good, it's just annoying. It's one of those picks that you're like, I'll probably win the game, but I don't want to. The first 14 minutes is hell. Oh, Heimer, be careful. He gets caught out by the Volibear. Teemo's gonna blind him, and the pre-planned shroom. Beautiful. On the Volibear. Dunk. There it is. Oh, it's a total wash. Oh my god, so many people are dying.
What is this?
This? Oh, this is... Welcome to the cast. This is intermission.
Oh my god.
EZW is preparing for their next game. So
What is this?
before they get in game, I'm spectating Gary's first clash.
Oh my, what is this team?
What is this team? I don't know, it's a thing of beauty, don't you think? I just noticed, by the way, their Azir is 2-6-2. Oh, the ball carrier system fails completely. Ooh. Jarvan gets that kill, and Irel. Ooh, she's disrupting back. He gets the Teemo kill, and the Crow Storm is burning people down. And the Zhongyas, beautiful. That's a really good Fiddle ultimate. Can it salvage the situation? He's flashing in, he wants more.
Oh, he wants blood.
Wow, what was that flash?
That's
Actually,
a little ambitious from the fiddlesticks there.
disgusting. Oh, Jarvan flags the... not flag, pokes the Drake. He's gonna wake up and start spitting at the Nami. Shroom gets tripped by the Heim.
Are you smaller than before?
Oh my god. Jarvan keeps waking up the Drake. He keeps trying to stick the dragon on him. Oh, it's actually working. The dragon's killing a Heimer turret for them.
What a move.
Oh, this is a team fight. It's gonna happen.
Oh, I can see it.
It's gonna happen.
Let's see here.
One of them have to kill this Drake. He's spitting on them.
This is a red team dragon favor.
Yeah, but are they going for it or not? Like, this is a waste of time. Like, literally,
Yeah.
this is wasting 8 people's time. What is decisiveness? What is making a pick? What is silent pressure? Like, honestly, if Irel just keeps killing bot towers, the blue team will have to do something here. She doesn't have to join this fight. But she is. She's going to spin around. Her ultimate is up. She could probably look for something. The Azir is goddamn useless right now.
Azir is very useless.
There's the fight. Oh, they take the Caitlyn out. They take the Nami out.
Oh,
Ooh, it's over.
it's over.
It's over before it began. My god. Blue team, they find the angle. Irel. Oh my god, she should actually just walk all the way around She actually just walked all the way around, and there it is. She's coming in.
Going?
Oh, she gets one kill with
Oh, this could be a.
No, no way. No way.
Could be it.
No way. No way. Oh my god, they're actually... No, Irel, don't go for this. Don't. It's not worth
Oh, this could be a triple.
it. It's not worth it.
I think. Oh,
Wait,
never
hold
mind.
on. How come the other team... They're suddenly no longer scouting for Clash?
Oh, they probably the other team maybe forfeited.
Maybe. Oh, so for forfeit, I can just end the coverage. Like... Oh, yeah, their opponents forfeit games 3. Okay. EZW places 5th. They did it.
Wow, they did it.
They did it by default. Oh, do I even finish watching this game? It's a travesty.
I mean, might as well.
Might as well.
Might as well. It's a nice game.
Hey, hold on. They're queuing up for flex rank.
Oh yeah, that's something I want to see.
Okay, well, instead of playing Clash Games 3, they're going to queue up for flex rank. I'll cast that game assuming it's Games 3. How about that? So, okay, in our mind, they haven't placed 5th yet. They need to win this flex rank game. Oh, there it is! The Azir shuffle into death.
Ah, classic.
That's not a very good shuffle.
Well, it's a classic move from Azir.
Highly classic. I mean, this is Clash, so I'm assuming everybody has comms. Wonder what there's wonder what call happened to make the Azir go, don't worry guys, I'll 1v4 shuffle this with no one around me. That's...
I don't think there was probably a call for that. He just probably went in. Straight up.
That's what we call bonobo engage. Oh, there it is, the Polar Bear coming on top. Oh, the dunk for the tower disable.
Double dunkers. Holy.
That's scary.
Jarvan sets up the net and Volibear just comes in to dunk the ball straight down on the little kid.
That's scary. I'm pretty sure blue team wins this. Like,
oh, I don't know. I've seen bigger throw.
Okay, well, it's a Volibear that's fed, sure, but still, like, they can't.
I've seen big throws.
Yeah, so have I. Like, I've seen my share of monumental throws.
And the gold is pretty even. Not gonna.
It is.
Like, dead even.
Yeah. But blue team have the momentum. They're actually, like... If the game plays out like this, it's certainly blue team winning. They have the momentum right now. Doesn't really seem like it because they're even behind in towers, but Jesus. The past few fights have really been blue team just doing everything they want to, and red team can't respawn.
This is probably the blue team comeback then.
Yeah.
Coming back from a deficit.
I like to imagine they were super behind before I started watching. And there it is. They even up the tower count.
Oh, wow.
And the
another ahead.
Support Teemo getting money because he knows that this Azir cannot be trusted to carry.
What a classic.
What a classic move. Honestly,
outstanding move. Ooh.
Teemo has better items than Azir right now. Oh,
yeah,
there's a close. Oh,
then
no.
he's caught.
Oh, no. Oh,
that's
my.
a double kill for the red team.
God. Oh,
disaster.
That's Baron. Oh.
Called. They're walking through a minefield, but Teemo is not strong enough to deter this.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jarvan coming in from the back for the steal, maybe.
No way.
Two strong members in the core.
This is a 2v5!
This is a 2v5!
Oh my god, not like this! No!
Yeah.
Oh no.
There it is!
There it is!
There it is.
Alright, forget everything I said. They're losing.
What did I just say? The throw coming in.
Forget everything I said. They're not winning this game. It's over for them. Red team won. Red team wins this for sure.
What a classic Gary throw.
The classic. All-time classic, really. Alright, I'm gonna leave it at the cliffhanger. I'll come back and check this game after we cast it. We're gonna move back to casting the grand finals of the Clash. Except it's not a Clash game, it's literally just a 5-man flex.
Ah.
And they're against Lethality Walrus, right? That's Lethality Walrus.
No way.
Wow, that's actually a pretty scary blue team. Not gonna lie. What we got here on red team? Jhin support. No, Ashe support.
Jhin AD.
Jhin AD, top lane Fiddle tank, reliving game 1.
Jungle Fiddle.
No, it's not jungle. It's
top lane Shyvana? No.
No, it's top. They did this in game 1.
Okay.
the tank top fiddle.
Yeah, tank top fiddle against Pantheon
Pretty
or
sure
no wait,
it's- No, it's Pantheon.
Irelia. I would say Irelia, Pantheon mid.
So that Irelia would want to go up against Ziggs though. She shreds. She can shred through the Ziggs pretty easily.
Oh, true.
It's actually Ashe support. Everybody is off rolling. Either everyone's really flexible and can play every role, or they're just inting.
Everyone's flexible, obviously.
This is flex queue, so the stakes aren't as high. So I guess they're feeling it. They stomped game 2 and like, oh yeah, we're really good. Game 1 was a fluke.
Yeah.
So now they're flexing.
Game 1 was just a coin toss, you know?
Yeah, it's just a coin toss that Ezra will throw at the last minute and just get caught out before Elder spawns. Yeah, just a coin toss that he will happen to be way deep in enemy territory without words.
Yeah. It's all a coin toss, you know?
That's okay. It's 45 seconds out. We're going to get into the unofficial Games 3. And after Games 3, I will check Gary Sir's match history to see who wins that Clash game. After that last series of events, I'm just going to say that with Azerbot being completely neutered, it's going to be a red team with
It's going to be a 50-50.
I don't think it's 50-50 after that sequence of plays. Blue team had it, and then they lost it just as quickly. I mean, when your IRL gets going against a lineup like that, I don't see how Gary Sir's team comes back.
True.
Fed volley doesn't mean anything when you have an actual ADC.
That's true.
Alright, Game 3, let's go. This will be the last cast of the day. And there it is. See, the good thing about oh wait, teleport virus? Wow. Yeah, but the good thing about Flex Queue over Clash, I don't have to rearrange the scoreboard. So there it is. IRL top against Fiddle, Jungle Gragas against Shyvana. Oh, it is mid Pantheon.
Ah, see?
I don't like that as much. I don't know why.
I like that better. Because Pantheon can roam with his ultimate.
I mean, I guess, but still, I don't know why, I just hate it. Maybe it's PTSD.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I understand. Pantheon is a very terrifying champion to face against.
I've probably outplayed more Pantheons than I've died to Pantheons, but still, I get scared. You just feel so helpless when he gets ahead.
Yeah.
But I've probably beaten more than I've lost to, but it's just those losses that sting so hard. Oh, Ashe? Wally? Oh no, Pantheon? He's gonna get out. Deadly
Pantheon
Flourish
being
root.
spotted out. Ooh.
No root. That he's fine. No kill.
One more W.
No,
2 seconds? No.
Too greedy. Too greedy. Ashe.
Too
Ashe.
greedy.
Too greedy.
Too greedy. Ooh. That's an overall win for the blue-red team.
Yep. Didn't really blow a summoners or anything, but they win a skirmish in the river, so good for them. Ashe needs to watch her mana bar though. 130, buffs are spawning. So boss set start for both teams. Pretty standard. And it is Lethality Varus, not on hit. On hit Varus will never start corrupting pot.
True.
Or have Comet. Like that's the other giveaway.
But it's not lethality virus versus with the karma. That's the key factor.
I think Tom Kench is a little bit worse. No way. But still,
No.
Varus is a lot safer with the TK.
Yes.
But with Karma, it's a lot more overpowering in lane.
It's a lot for
Yeah.
Very aggressive.
So really, right now, they just have one job for bot lane. Farm,
Right.
stay alive. Don't die to Lethality. Lethality Varus needs to get popping early. If he doesn't have item or level
Oh.
or gold leads, this doesn't mean that much. Oh, Pantheon trade.
Pantheon trade. That's
Ziggs
a little
drops
dicey.
everything on the ground, including his ward, and doesn't get the damage returned. Ash laying down some models. Ooh, Jane takes a huge shot onto the Varus and it connects. He's actually has a CS lead over the Varus through the Targon stacks too. And Fiddle draining it out in top lane. Suddenly, this game is I don't know, like these lanes that we're expecting to crush early, they're kind of getting pushed back. Pantheon's getting neutralized by Ziggs mid, a phrase I thought I'd never say, but bot lane
yeah.
is, Jin
Pantheon
has a
doesn't
healthy
really do
lead
well
too.
against poke.
Yeah, Jin has a really healthy lead too. Irel's going all in against the Fiddle. Wait, is that the kill? Oh, drain tank? No, first blood.
Oof.
And suddenly the two helpers arriving. Shyvana gets a little bit more help, but they have to back off here. Isn't that wrong? She has no flash, but she has the damage. 6 flashes away. Oh, Shyvana. Shyvana, where can you go? Good flash though. Good flash. Dodging out from the base surge. And Fiddle is going to TP back to lane. And Rao has to go back. So Fiddle, if Fiddle pushes really fast, he can crash a wave. Oh wait, Shyvana, don't die to the Krugs.
Oh, Shyvana.
Just
Yikes.
barely surviving against the Krugs there. And suddenly it's what seemed to be a pretty good early game for red team just got turned around a little bit with that Aurelia solo kill. He's gonna go back for a second Doran's. Fiddle trying to actually a pretty good trade. She's standing in the harvest, tanking it out. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And support Ashe with no mana to Wally, walks up. And there's the stunt, cancelling out the drain. Irel's trying to go in, but she gets feared back. The grenades are coming down. The train tank. Oh, this Fiddle doesn't die. Well, actually, no, he's losing this trade now. No, he's losing the trade against Conquer. Oh no. There it is. Irel gets another solo kill onto the Fiddlesticks. Oh, Jin flashing forward takes the head off the Lethality Varus. This is certainly not how you play Lethality Varus. Getting completely smashed here by the Jin Ashe. Ashe is saying, who has the poke now? Clearly it's me. But here comes the Kragus. Along with the teleport. The Ashe is the first to go, but the Tom Kench gets killed off. The Varus teleporting in to try to offset the difference. But the Jin, oh, he just got way more than blue team bargained for. 3 kills before going down to the Varus. With a healthy CS lead. That is such a fed Jin this moment in time. Everybody that went bot to hell for blue team got killed. That is a total wash. And Jin puts red team back on the board. And suddenly Pantheon going for an aggressive trade. He has the ignite. He doesn't need it. He gets the stab in the face. But the Shyvana arrives on the scene with the volley slow. This seems like it's a very dead Pantheon. Oh no, the ignite! The damage! Oh, the double kill for the Pantheon! He turns it around with the stun!
Whoa.
He's still fine! No, he's not! Ashe kills him off, but he has nowhere to go. The Varus!
Varus, what
He didn't get an assist!
He didn't even get anything. He came up for nothing.
He missed everything!
How do you miss that?
Honestly, like, if Tom Kench wanted, he just lets Varus Rain of Arrows kill Ashe. Because she died while the arrows were halfway through.
That was the Gragas.
I
think the Gragas
yeah,
barely
Gragas.
flopped the Ashe out of the queue.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would have hit.
But still, like,
Then,
the
ooh.
Alright, Jin gets caught. So
He gets
that's-
caught in the 1v1 against the Tom Kench.
Wasn't
80
terrible.
season 2020. Pepe laugh.
Wasn't terrible for blue team at all. They actually walk away a winner. Shoutouts to the Shyvana inting into the Pantheon.
He thought he could take it against the Conqueror
But
Pantheon.
he didn't really notice that Pantheon didn't ignite to solo kill the Ziggs. So suddenly
Yeah.
that was too much damage for her to handle. And now
Ooh.
Pantheon might be in trouble. Aegis Assault blocks all the damage,
Blocked
including
it all.
the Infernal
Oh.
Bomb. And now the turn comes in. The Ziggs has to barrier and run. But is the damage enough? No. Both of them will escape with a sliver of health. But be careful. Gragas can always belly flop backwards. He won't do it. The volley? Aye! Gets
Oh.
it. Support Ashe takes a second kill for herself. Beautiful job. Red team finds a kill. Ashe is still going. Oh, the volley it gets onto the Pantheon. Shyvana's at level 6. She can't snipe his Flame Breath.
But is she going AP?
Yes, there's the Dark Steel, there's Dark Harvest, that's AP. Pings are going down onto the Ashe. Ashe is roaming all the way top. This Jhin is in the 1v2 lane as Shyvana leashing. The Gragas is
Shyvana.
red for him.
Not
Oh,
level
wait.
6. Oh.
She's dead. She's actually
She's just
dead.
dead.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
That was a good Blastcone play. I'll give credit where it's due. That was a really good Blastcone play. Unfortunately, she wasn't level 6. So that was a very dead dragon. The attempt steal goes haywire. Mo, welcome to the cast.
Did someone say hello, Mo?
Hello, Mo. Welcome to the cast. Would you like to co-cast this?
That's why I'm here.
Welcome. I'm sorry to inform you that this isn't actually a Clash game.
Oh, okay. What is it?
This is okay. So it was they lost one. They won game 2, and then game 3 their opponents forfeited. So they just decided to 5-man flex rank. So I'm treating this as their game 3.
So wait, what rank did they get then?
They get 5th because their last round they
Okay.
forfeited.
Gotcha.
But
gotcha.
in reality, they get 5th. But in my mind, if they lose this, they get 6th.
I see. I see.
This
A
is
very
their,
small but important difference.
yes, this is their Clash Games 3, even though it's flex rank.
Wow.
So far, it's not looking so good.
Yeah, so far I think blue team's a little bit ahead right now, all
Yeah.
things considered. But here's the thing with Fiddle. I've talked about this a lot in game 1 when they busted out the Tank Fiddle top. Tank Fiddle doesn't need CS or money or items or anything really. Like he can afford to be super behind, and in fact, when you play Tank Fiddle solo lane, you are expected to be really far behind. But it doesn't really matter because as soon as you get like 1 items or something, you just have so much utility that it doesn't matter how underfed you are. So right now, Irel's kind of slapping him, Crowstorm in place to try to get some damage, drain tank on the way. But he just doesn't do damage to the Irel, but that's fine. It's all about the utility.
But one thing to consider is he is feeding the IRL.
Oh yeah.
That IRL is getting strong.
Don't
which
get
means
me
he's just gonna
wrong.
rampage.
Don't get me wrong. You don't ever feed your top laner like this, but the pick itself is supposed to kind of get destroyed in lane. Probably not this hard, but to an extent, you fall behind. You accept that you fall behind when you make this pick. But what really matters is that mid game, because of your effigies and your ultimate, you have so much utility that the pick is justified.
Yes.
Like you're a body that they cannot ignore, no matter what happens to you in lane. Oh, Varus almost killing off the Jhin there.
What the- That would have been a kill.
Oh, it is a kill!
Nice.
The snipe comes down from Lethality Varus and the Devour for the top catch. But that
Well,
is a 1-for-2 package.
Shyvana coming
the
in.
smite comes down to shutdown from the Shyvana with the double kill. But while mid lane is getting ganked by the Gragas. He seems like he's fine though.
Can someone explain the Shyvana pick from Andy?
It's a strong jungler.
Yeah, it's a good jungler.
That's all.
Oh,
Oh,
there's the
Pantheon.
Pantheon. Oh,
With
the roll.
Coming out. Wow, that was crazy.
What a crazy player. And here comes the belly slam from the Gragas
Belly
onto the
slam.
Fiddlesticks. He's being controlled. He needs to run. And he does get out.
Just a small skirmish in the jungle. It's fine.
Just a small skirmish. It's also a very obnoxious lane to be up against, the Tank Fiddle. Just because it's
Fiddle might looking for an ulti. No,
no, he can't. He
No.
doesn't have Crowstorm and just gives
just
up
giving
the
up
tower.
the turret. Mm.
And he could reap for the cannon. Please walk up and reap the cannon. Oh my god, he
Ooh,
missed!
and
No, he
missed.
missed! Oh no,
Oh,
he's
no.
dead.
Oh,
He's
no,
actually
he's
just dead.
dead.
Aw. Didn't even get the
Valiant
cannon.
effort.
That's salt on the wound. That's a word.
It's a valiant effort. For
Is this,
him,
is
though.
this the world's best Ilawi?
No,
No.
that's Ryan.
Wait. Ryan is Rayu's, isn't he?
No,
Yes.
that's Raymond.
Oh, okay, my bad. My bad.
Now bot lane. The trade's coming up. Oh, the arrow, the root, everything. Oh, the chain's corruption. All the CC stacked at us once. Both bot laners ult, but Tom Kench negates it with an eat. And suddenly, Chain's corruption is negated pretty much because Varus got eaten, and Ash Crystal Arrow gets eaten out as well. Oh, the Ziggs mid taking so much pain from the Pantheon. Pantheon has
a lot of
Monomune
damage.
done. That's actually quite a bit of AD. By the way, he bought Monomune. Didn't even talk about that.
It's solid.
Another snipe coming out from the Varus.
Oh,
Oh, the bomb is gonna whiff, and the primed early fuse not go short fuse bomb or something. Oh, and the block. Pantheon makes it out safe and sound despite red team's best efforts to actually kill him. They can't land the kill, and here comes the Gragas to settle the score with the Predator. Shyvana gets locked down. There's nowhere she can run.
Shyvana gets clamped by the Greg.
That's another kill. Another kill for the Gragas. Now Fiddlesticks up top, Drain tanking as best he can, trying to wave clear.
Blue team just not looking hot.
Not looking hot this game. Oh, beautiful satchel canceling out the Pantheon stun, but is it enough? No, it's not.
That shield is not right.
Yep, not good. Wait, the Varus, he's alone. He got caught out.
long-range
There's the
arrow.
kill. Oh wait, Ash took it. Oh no, Ash took the kill on the Varus, and blue team
Ash
secures raid.
ABC.
Ash actually has like Ash finished Reaver before Jin finished IE. Like she's more fed.
Oh,
but never mind. She's also more dead.
Wait, how? He has 90 CS on her.
Spectral Sickle is a powerful item. In fact, I'm pretty sure the gold is tied, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Only 600 behind.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Spectral Sickle is a good item, like what can I say?
Why
That's
don't you
right.
go double support bot and buy 2 support items and then just
Because then no one can CS.
Yeah.
Oh, that works that way.
Varus. Shyvana has the defensive dragon out, but the arrow is being primed, but it's not going to connect. I dropped my fidget spinner. Did I ever tell you I found a fidget spinner?
You mean Sophie's fidget spinner?
Yeah, but like since the craze for fidget spinners died down,
Did you find it on the ground, Logan?
we
Please
just
don't tell
stashed
me.
them away in a drawer. And I opened that drawer by accident one day looking for some new batteries, and I found like 7 fidget spinners in there. Not even lying, we had like 7 of those. So I just found one and I put it on my desk, and I just play with it nowadays when I do stuff. It's pretty relaxing. I can see why this stuff was popular for like 2 months before it phased out.
I mean, it's just something you fidget with. Like
Yeah.
you could do it. You could replace it with literally anything.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, it's very satisfying.
There's the
though.
kill! Explosive cast
Oh.
from the Gragas gets the kill. Everybody on blue team is just a sniper this game. They're gonna leave the Shyvana mid to push. What else? Fiddle teleports bot to try to make something happen, but he's a little bit too late to the draw. Not going to find anything here. Blue team is 10 kills ahead.
This game is every time there's a close call and I'm like, oh, they made it out. Blue team snipes them at the last second.
Yep. That's been the story so far this game. And Irel, unchecked up top. Gets tier 2 tower killed as well. Oh wait! The Jin!
Oh! He's taking the shot!
first shot.
Oh,
He's
take
taking
the
it.
shot! There it is! They kill They killed him off!
Mr. President couldn't get down.
There it is, and the root from the deadly flourish, biting up the frog. One more hit will do it. Oh, they can't finish it. The Shyvana gets caught.
Oh,
She has to flash
ooh.
away, and somehow Tom Kench makes it out. Irel TP's down for the kill. The Ziggs is in so much trouble. He can't make it out. He's playing ring around the roses, and the satchel backwards is not enough. Oh, Irel, she's not even blaze surging for it. She blaze surges forward, no reset. She's under the tower. She's been slowed. The deadly flourish goes out for the root. Can she go for it? No, she doesn't. The shutdown for the Jin.
That was a nice play by
Was
Zing,
she
stalling enough
PMing?
time.
I feel like her Q was up by then.
Her Q was not up.
She must have been, right?
Her
Alright,
Q
hold
was
on.
not up.
We have time. We gotta check the tapes.
Um,
Hold on. I'm gonna click on the URL. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now just Blade Surge. Just
Now
Blade
PMing.
Surge.
Now it should be up. Now it be
Just Blade Surge. Okay, well she's trolling.
There should be PMing him.
Confirm she's trolling. Alright. There's a shutdown. Gonna speed it back. Alright, there we are. Back alive. More or less.
I think she wasn't sure if she would get the reset.
No, like you don't go for
Oh,
reset
true.
there. Like if you just kill him faster, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but then the enemy team is gonna come in.
I mean, like if you miss the the stun, you die anyway. Like, might as well just finish it. There's no sense greeting for a reset when you could have killed him like 6 seconds earlier.
True.
But now blue team, they're the ones getting the herald. Now red team, just like game 1, they fall super far behind early, but then they make a series of comebacks, and they almost win, and then they throw it, and then they make another comeback, and then 49.
What, did he ult in place?
Yeah, he ulted in place to get the fear, but there's not enough. Explosive cask seals it. But yeah, this is the same story as game 1. The team falls behind super early, they pull it back, they throw, and somehow pull it back again, and then 49 minutes in, the ADC face checks and dies. Not face checks, overextends and dies, and then you lose the game. As promised.
But Indy's not playing ADC this time.
Oh, you're right.
You're right. So the
Raven
jungler face checks.
Yeah, the jungler will face check. Oh, the Mega Infernal Bomb! Kills off the virus. Jin summons the curtain call, gets himself on a killing spree, and red team finds critical picks. The Shamana going deep into enemy territory. Where is she going? Flame Breast completely whiffs. She will get clipped by the sun anyway. Idols going back in, but she plays her just the wrong target. There's no reset. Ash is
Hold
gonna be
on,
the
Ash,
martyr.
you're a little too frontline there, buddy.
The Ash becomes a martyr for the Shamana's mistake. And they didn't even realize she died 8 times. Wow.
Oh.
Oh, the Saturn bounces back the arrow. Do they have the damage? Shamana is not dragon form. And there's the turn with the blaze. Oh,
And there it is.
That's even worse.
There it is. The jungler once again.
The jungler once again. There's no martyr to save him this time. Now Fiddlesticks. He needs to make a play here. The utility of a Fiddlesticks is very strong. He can always make a play, and there it is, the flea onto the Tomcat trying to isolate him out. He's been caught out by himself. The Great House Shield buys him a little bit of time. He's trying to make it to somewhere, but there's nowhere to go. Fiddlesticks sets up a pick here. He did flash forward to try to get the Gragas too, but he couldn't.
Ooh.
Mega Infernal Bomb will not hit the Gragas.
And these
And there it is.
numbers are
Pantheon ulti's in.
low.
They forgot he existed. It's been so long.
Been so long, Pantheon just comes in.
And they just get 3 kills off that.
Even without the Pantheon, that really was ready to just go in the minion.
Oh yeah. They have a super fight arrow, super fed jungler. Same cannot be said here for red team. But red team have their own advantages. They have wave clear with Ziggs. They have a really strong Jin right now.
They got the Wombo combos.
Yeah, they have damage. Honestly, like, they can't beat blue team. This is a team that can win. But not if Herald takes away your whole base. That's gonna be inhib tower down, and blue team some open inhib. Can they do it here? It's a really fight arrow. She's 2 items done. Can they make anything happen? The arrow will not hit. No, it hits onto the frog. And the flame breath. It will almost take down the Mars. The curtain call is called. One more shot will finish it. She just needs to connect. It does. They sniped out the Varus. And that's once again blue team's ADC down for the count. But right now, everything else paints a grim picture. 3 Drakes to 0. 6 towers to 1. 8,000. No. Wait. 7,000. We'll round up. 7,000 gold lead. We'll round up. Baron's next on the table. Blue team is definitely strong enough to take it. But not right now. They need to get another winning fight first.
Yeah. Need at least one more pick.
Jin going for a 4-shot on the IRL. Ah, it's not enough.
Oh, that's
Yeah, IRL gets that solo kill. And the crystal arrow flies in a little bit too late to count. But Ashe, she's actually getting up there with the Hail of Blaze Ashe support build. Crazy amount of CDR. If only they can secure more Cloud Drakes though. 4 Cloud Drake Ashe crystal arrow, that's a dream.
That's a dream for the whole team on red.
Yeah. They need to secure more Cloud Drakes. They cannot let the next one go away. They will bring the game to Elder. If they want to play this game the long con, they need to secure these objectives now. So far, the securing objectives has not been their name of the game. They've just lost everything. Gragas? Oh, he's going for it. He's taking a drink.
Ooh.
Oh, the bounce, but it bounces him out of sight
Oh,
of
and
the
the
center
ulti.
range. But the tendrils of corruption reaches 2 members in the back, and the Predator is popped. The Gragas is here. He's here to claim some blood. Ashe is first to drop, and now the bomb will not kill off the dead man. But there it is. The bomb perfectly timed for the Mega Inferno. 4-shot connects. They kill the IRL, and the Flame Breath does not connect onto the virus, but the snare sure as hell will. And there's the kill. Pantheon ults in, but it's gonna be a
Pantheon
1-on-3. It's a 1-on-3, but he has a frog now. Arriving at the scene, Shyvana goes back to human form. Is it enough? No, it's not. The damage is being blocked. The Pantheon's on a shred of life. Fiddlesticks is on the other side. The fear has connected from the Reap, and they will escape with their life for now. They need to want to chase down this kill. They can't do it. They killed critical members, but it's not enough. They lose 2 in total on red team. A winning team fight by 1 kill differential. And for this support, Ashe CDR is going to be the name of the game pretty soon. If they're ever going to secure more Cloud Drakes, they need that arrow uptime. She just leveled it up to rank 2, which means this arrow is now at 50 seconds. They should want that down by a lot more. And suddenly, 1 minute out from the Drake spawn. Oh, the arrow. And the Hail Base and the Chain of Corruption. Everything lands on Ashe. She has to make it out. No, she can't!
Oh,
The
and once
piercing
again.
arrow yet again. Varus from downtown sniping kill after kill with the lethality. Just not giving red team a break. Shyvana shows herself, but that is a huge mistake. She has to dragon away from home, but that means there is no way out. The cast comes down, and they take the dragon's head. The dragon's layers
Pantheon
return
doesn't
home.
even care.
Pantheon gonna dive the tower. The Ziggs is trying to Zions to buy some time, but it's a perfectly timed spear toss. Gonna get the Ziggs down as well. And suddenly, that's Baron. That is most certainly Baron. Fiddle's gonna try to drain tank away the IRL. She's gonna be feared back. Actually cannot contain the siege. There's a lack of minions here. With no jungler, with no mid, they can't secure the Baron. Maybe they can secure this 1 kill, or can they even? Oh yes, they can. 1,000 gold over to the Ashe. They're doing this on top of a ward. Fiddle sees as he's TPing in. He wants a slice of the pie, but can he get it here? He's gonna immediately Crowstorm over, try to create as much noise as he can, but can he do it here? No, he really can't. He just Crowstorms in to die, and blue team secures the Baron Asher for themselves. Predator is popped. Greg is going in. He falls without health. Volley doesn't reach him, but now first Drake secured by red team. Maybe at the cost of Jin's life. It is at the cost of Jin's life. They do save off the soul. They lose the ADC for it, but they get the 1 Drake that they really needed. Now the game is Still pretty dire for red team. They're still suffering a 10,000 gold deficit. The shoe is on the other foot. They had this lead last game. Now can they execute a comeback that their opponents could not? 27 minutes in, red team is one Drake to their name, and blue team is wearing purple with 3 mounted dragon heads on their wall. The siege is beginning. There's a Lasala Tivaris, the bane of everybody's existence in bot lane. I dropped my fidget spinner again.
Ah, classic move.
Why do I keep dropping it? And there's a Crowstorm. Fiddle should try to use it to escape, but the Pantheon is actually being driven back. He turns around to stun the Fiddle. The Fiddle has a ton of armor. The Frozen Heart is actually kind of working just for now, but there's the Ignite, so there's no more healing. And the Drain will be killed off. 8-1. For the record, this is not how you play Tank Fiddle. You don't feed this hard.
Yes. I don't think that's how you play any laner.
Well, this is more of an Inting Scion scoreline. Oh, but there it is, the engage with the cast! They instantly delete the AD carry and the jungler! And the rest of the fight is just a total wash. They have a Ziggs, but the Ziggs cannot wave clear against the Baron. There's no way. He has to bail out of his own base. The satchel back in. The IRL kills him off. And suddenly there's 4 bodies on the ground. Pantheon ults into the back. They try to catch the Ashe, but they can't do it. Ashe will slip out under cover of night and go back to her own fountain. They have 1 siege tank here, slowly shooting away at the tower. Crowstorm comes down as a Hail Mary, but it's not gonna be enough. Nothing is there, there's just no damage. The teleport comes in, it's a total ace. All hope is lost unless this dragon can save the day. Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
no.
Alright,
No.
there it is. And so,
There it is.
oh, good snipe, but I don't think that's enough. Oh wait, it might be enough. They stay off the end of the game, maybe? Pantheon can't survive either. It's just the IRL and the Gragas. They should know better. Back off. You can't fight this. Unless IRL going for a Ziggs, maybe?
Possibly.
Oh, she's looking for it. She wants it. Oh, there's 1 kill. There's 2 kill. And the Jhin can't make it back to his fountain. Now the Ziggs has to try to run, but there's a Gragas. He's fed. He has a fat belly, and he's trying to slam it into the Ziggs. The drink gets him drunk. Try to say drink and wine at the same time, and it became
The drying.
The drying.
Oh, but red
Now
team's still
Fiddlesticks come
fighting.
up. Drain tanking it out, but it's not enough. Ashe dies, Crowstorm in place, doing absolutely no damage, and he can't win. The game's over. EZW unofficially secured 6th place in the Clash. But as we end the Clash coverage, we must answer our unfinished question. Did Garryster win his Clash game or not? We left this game on a cliffhanger. We saw his own team throwing the game as we went over to spectate games 3. So we're gonna check his match history. And we're gonna see if he won or lost. Oh my god, he won?
Wow.
1 Clash?
Whoa, he won that game.
Oh, what a guy.
I thought they threw. Well, he's in
1
game 3 now.
Clash?
Well, no, he didn't win. He won the last one. Alright, that's gonna conclude the Clash. He won. There it is. Goodbye, everyone.
GG, everybody. Good games, guys. Good games.